el país más peligroso del mundo a estar en camino a ser el país más seguro de América.
Nayib Bukele, when we were saying that he's currently a good president, but like
I am curious to see what he's gonna do, dude.
Yeah.
Like, where's he gonna lean? Because right now it doesn't seem like it seems like he's just making things happen. Like, first off, I'm cleaning my country, from what you told me.
Yeah.
Second off, I don't care what anybody says. You don't have to live with these criminals. Some dude, you sent me a video when you were talking about him. Some dude was like, yeah, these are human rights violations, whatever, et cetera, et cetera. And people are just saying, look, you don't have to live with this, bro. You don't have to live with this constantly all the time.
Yeah.
Your kids, being taken, forced to join gangs or worse,
I'm just kind of afraid, if he gets reelected, which I'm sure he will next year, they have the same laws as America when it comes to reelection. And once he's done with his 2 terms, who's the next person that's going to come in? Will they destroy everything that he worked for? You know what I mean? Like the administration and stuff.
Look, here's the way politics, I believe, works. It's openly criticizing the positions of your opponent, but secretly adopting them. Secretly adopting the ones that worked to keep everything going. Because, that's messed up what he's doing, but deep down, everybody knows somebody had to do it.
Yeah, talking about criticizing, there was a video that came out 2 weeks ago about the president of Colombia criticizing what Nayib Bukele was doing with his country, because what he's doing is good, but of course, there's casualties, and I think we covered this on the last episode, that there's a lot of young people, right? There's a lot of young people that got incarcerated. And what he was saying is that, he's incarcerating the criminals, but it looks really, really, really sad seeing young people in jail. And, that's not the way to do things. We kind of did the same thing, which I've never heard of,
I've heard of Pablo Escobar.
Yeah, I've heard of Pablo Escobar. But not to bash Colombia, but it's like...
I love Colombia.
It's like, bro, man, like, you see another president doing work, and he's doing something that's working and stuff. Instead of criticizing him, you guys should get together and say, hey, I see what you're doing is working. How can we work together and help each other out and, do something?
At the very least, be like, I like what he's doing, but how can we do it without the perceived... And I say perceived because we don't really know what's going on. We don't know how many of those people are criminals or how many of them are not. But what can we do... to adopt what he's doing and remove what seem to be perceived human rights violations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the fact that Nayib, was he Nayib?
Yeah, Nayib Bukele.
Nayib Bukele. The fact that he's doing his thing, man, and people love him, bro. Like, how can you not love him? I think look, sometimes
I think I sent you the speech where he was talking about, how he wants to better his country and all this stuff. And then it was crazy because he was having a speech and he named 3 politician parties that were in power. Mm-hmm. He's like, you see those guys right there? Yeah, those guys that were the political powers that were giving guns to children instead of giving them laptops, which I provided to all the children. Yeah. So you have to have balls. Of course, he's the president. He has the army's protection right there. But imagine... He has
the level of people, too.
Yeah. Imagine, the Republicans, Democrats, and, they do it as well, but, imagine, a new party arises and says, yeah, Republicans and Democrats... I'm the new person in power.
It's on me, and I'm 40.
And I've resolved all the issues. And those people right there. Those are the guys that were in war and all this other stuff.
Good. I'm glad. So, kick him, throw him out, bro. Throw him to the garbage, bro.
Yeah, man.
Throw him to the garbage.
So he has balls. The guy has balls, man.
Repentino por El Salvador. Si hasta hace poco no sabían a dónde quedaba en el mapa. De repente, en estos 3 años han surgido todas las preocupaciones. ¿Y antes dónde estaban? ¿Dónde estaban cuando estos partidos de la esquina reclutaban niños y los obligaban a matar? Ahí están. Arena, el FMLN. Reclutaban niños para mandarlos a matar. Nosotros les damos computadoras y laptops. Ellos los reclutaban para mandarlos a matar. ¿A dónde estaban? El Salvador es un país libre, soberano e independiente. Tomamos nuestras propias decisiones. Eso lo tiene que tener claro el mundo entero. Queremos tener buenas relaciones con otros países. Queremos ser aliados, amigos, socios. Pero de verdad, amigos, aliados, socios. Pero no colonia, ni patio trasero, ni patio delantero, como le quieren decir ahora. Nuestras puertas están abiertas de par en par. pero no permitiremos que nos vengan a decir qué hacer.
That's the beautiful thing about. So that's crazy, right? In politics, you can either get a Nayib Bukele or you can get a Ocasio-Cortez. That's some stuff, bro. No, but you know, I'm not gonna bash AOC. I don't agree with her politics, but I'm not a basher. Freaking the whole thing with Nayib Bukele, to keep talking about him, is when people from what you told me. Obviously, I'm not an expert on this. I haven't read about it as much as you have. But from what people tell me in general, if you have a situation that's gotten so dire that you have to declare war on it, with war comes casualties.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And obviously, it's easy for us to say we're not in a war zone, right? But something has to get done eventually, bro. And for the people to actually be applauding what people are calling human rights violations, right? Because people are like, oh, the human rights violation. Like, the public seems to be okay with this.
Yeah, the actual citizens of
I can walk
Salvador.
to the store and not get shot.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You know, these are things we take for granted. And people who are criticizing it, to me, it doesn't seem like they know how rough it is, man.
Yeah, I think they're also doing Miss Universe next year in El Salvador, which is kind of wild, right?
That's good.
To host a huge pageant like that over there.
And refresh my memory, El Salvador also has access to both sides of the ocean, right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes, they do.
I don't know, man. Nayib Bukele, if he keeps doing his thing, man, he can make.
Actually, wait. I think they only have access to Pacific. Actually.
Well, whatever the case is, if Nayib Bukele can keep doing his thing, man, you know, we were talking last week.
Yeah.
You know, what gets me kind of annoyed is that in America, right? People say, "Oh, we ship jobs overseas," and it's like, why couldn't you ship it to South America? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Why couldn't you ship it to South America? What's wrong with South? Why do you have to go all the way to Asia? Why not Brazil? Why not Chile? Why not Colombia? Why not all these other countries?
Do you think it's the labor cost? No, right? Because they have to do the whole import tax and all that.
I mean, the whole thing.
Well, they would have to.
It could have been. You know, we have NAFTA.
Yeah.
With Canada, Mexico, and the United States, and how commercially speaking, it's been pretty good for them, not as good for us, but that's a different story.
Yeah.
We could have had an entire thing up and down from the top of Canada to the tip of Chile. And for whatever reason,
do you think it's other countries that haven't agreed, or?
I think during that time when moves were happening, it was political turmoil, too much political turmoil. Every other year, one country had a civil war.
That's true, yeah. There's a lot. That was like the fight, against communism.
Yeah. And then the last thing you want to do is move all your production to a group of people that says we need to seize the means of production.
So that's what probably happened, yeah.
Yeah, but shout out to Bukele. Like, history, I think people can say this is a cop-out, but history will judge whether he did a good job or not. And at the end of the day, if people are peaceful, they'll say, hey, some of the stuff he did was messed up, but it's, it seems like it worked out for the country as a whole. And not one of those people in those videos was without a massively large tattoo all over the place.
Yeah.
I didn't see not one person without a tattoo, so...